Alright, here is the second distance example problem that I just made up. So, here's the question. Someone drops a penny from the top of the Bank of America Tower in New York City. It takes about 8.66 seconds for it to reach the ground. How tall is the building in feet? Alright, so let's go ahead and move this up. We'll keep the problem in there. Okay, so it's looking for, it says how tall is the building in feet. So we want to know how many feet it's going to be. Feet is a distance, so we're not sure what that is, and so we're looking for that distance problem again. So go ahead and write that problem down. Distance equals 1/2 the acceleration times the time squared. So we'll write our other variables down. We already know that the feet, which is what we're looking for, is the distance. We have acceleration and we have time. The time is given up here. It's going to be 8.66 seconds. And it says about, so we might end up doing some rounding and stuff here. So we got 8.66 seconds. The acceleration, it's going to be a free fall problem because it drops from the top of the tower, and we have it in feet, so our acceleration, if you remember from the last problem, if we want it in feet, is going to be 32 feet per second squared. Let's go ahead and plug that stuff in. Got 1/2 the acceleration. I'm going to actually write this out kind of like I did last time. It's going to help us understand it a little bit better. 32 feet per second squared. Going to be multiplying that by the time, which is 8.66 seconds. And that's squared. Can do a little bit of simplification. We can even put this over 1. That might help us out a little bit, kind of like we did last time. Half of 32 seconds, or sorry, half of 32 feet is going to be 16 feet. And this is kind of like just 1 second squared. If there's nothing in front of it, it's implied that there's a 1. Half of 1 is just, sorry, that's not going to help us at all. It's just half of 32. This 1 might even get a little bit more confusing, so let's not even put it there for now. So we still have seconds squared. 8.66 seconds squared is going to be 74.9956. Then we have seconds squared over 1. Again, this is multiplied, so these seconds squared cancel out. Our distance is going to be, we're going to multiply across, because when these cancel they go to 1. That's just 1. So I've got 16 feet times 74.9956, and then the seconds canceled out, so we don't have anything there. 16 times this number is 1199.9296 feet, which is very, very close to, let me move this down a little bit so we can see, which is very, very close to about 1,200 feet, which is exactly how tall that tower is. And when I was making the problem up, I had to come up with a time that was pretty close to something we could work with easily. So 1,200 feet. And then we would answer the question, the building is 1,200 feet tall. So let's just go over this one more time. The first thing that we do, read the problem and determine what kind of information we have and what kind of information we need. it's a free fall problem. Any free fall problem is going to be that 32 feet per second or 9.8 meters per second, like we used in the last problem. So we write down the equation that we need. You should be able to find that on our cheat sheet. If we're needing a distance, it's going to be the distance equation. We come over here and we label the different things that we need. This can actually be relabeled as just d equals question mark, because that's the same thing. We just wanted it in feet, so I wanted to make sure that we were going to be using the acceleration for that's in feet per second instead of meters per second. Then we start plugging things in, and the seconds are going to cancel out. We got seconds squared and seconds squared, just like we did down here. So the seconds squared and the seconds squared cancel each other out. They're kind of like multiplying or dividing by 1. So this is like 16 feet divided by 1, which we wouldn't even need to write that. And this is like 74.9956 multiplied by 1. But again, we wouldn't even need to write that. Multiply or divide by 1 is kind of redundant, so we don't need to worry about it. Sometimes we put a 1 here just to fill it in to make sure that it lines up or that we don't make mistakes when we're multiplying across. Then after we simplify, we multiply the 16 by the 74.9956, and then we get something very close to 1200. The other thing we could have done that might have made things easier is we could have just rounded this right here to 75, and 75 times 16 is 1200. So, and then just round your answer if it says about, and then we can answer the question in a complete sentence. The building is 1,200 feet tall, or even about 1,200 feet tall. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to upload these to YouTube so you guys can see these and practice them, and hopefully this will help you with your problem example or on your own question 9.9, as well as something that on the study guide or on the test. Alright, hope you guys are having a great day and a great week. Alright, bye.